Hi, I'm Leah,
I'm Paige.
and welcome to this week's edition of the Commando Briefing.
Our first story, we asked some of you guys what your favorite scary movies were.
In addition to that, we're going to show you 10 movies you may not have seen that are pretty scary.
My favorite scary movie is Hubie Halloween that just came out on Netflix. Very hilarious. Adam Sandler is a goat, and it's just comical and
So if I had to say my favorite scary movie, it would be Nightmare on Elm Street.
My favorite movie is Scream because it's super funny and I kind of like a murder mystery.
You never told me your name.
Why do you want to know my name?
I want to know who I'm looking at.
Okay, my favorite scary movie, it's Oculus. It just kind of, it's messing with your mind, kind of. It's about a house. It just, the house is, I don't know, it's kind of alive, sort of.
Well, I don't like scary movies, but the last scary movie I watched, I think, was The Shining, and that was pretty scary. So scary I don't watch scary movies anymore.
Here's Johnny.
I don't have a favorite scary movie because I've never watched one.
Our next story is about voting.
Oh God.
I know, intense. But we went around and asked some of you who you would vote for, of course, if you were old enough to.
And at the end, it shows where the election stands right now.
If you could vote for someone, who would you vote for?
Trump.
Why?
Because he's the best candidate out there.
Trump because he's the only candidate that can speak a full sentence.
That was funny. I would vote for Trump too because, honestly, I don't really like either of them, but I'd rather Trump win.
Yeah.
If I could vote, I would vote for Biden.
To be honest, I don't really care because I know I'm not really old enough to vote, but in terms of candidates, I think they're both equally bad choices.
If I was old enough to vote, I would vote for Trump.
Donald Trump.
I ain't voting for no kids.
Trump, because he's the only mentally stable person in the debate.
Trump, because he's in the debate, he's the one who knows what he's doing, and Biden can't make up his mind on things, so. I wouldn't vote for either of them, because I don't really like either of them.
I would most likely vote for the Honorable Donald J. Trump.
And why is that?
Well, if we look at it this way, if Joe Biden were to get into office, the economy would definitely go down a lot. That's just my opinion. Trump is honestly the better one between the two. Trust me, I know we all hate him, but you know what? He's better than Biden for many reasons that I cannot say. Well, you already know the reasons.
I'm 18, so I did vote, but Joe Biden.
2, 1, go.
Has the election and any political stuff going on disrupted your class in any way?
No, in my classes, no. I think it's a great opportunity to talk about the democratic process and also to model a respectful discourse. Even if we believe two different things, we can talk civilly and have a great conversation. So it's been interesting. I've enjoyed it.
I absolutely think it has. I will tell you that today, the day after the election, nobody's mind was on the Second Great Awakening in my classroom. All their brains were in North Carolina and Detroit and Pennsylvania in Wisconsin. That was the only thing that they were occupied with, and understandably so. So it's not something I'm going to freak out about, and certainly going to provide opportunities if they want to really engage with that, to do that, especially from a historical perspective.
Do you go anywhere for the holidays?
Sometimes. Why do you ask?
Well, with COVID increasing, we decided to ask other people for advice on how to stay safe during the holidays.
How can we stay safe on Halloween?
Well, one thing is to socially distance. I know in my neighborhood, we get a lot of trick-or-treaters, and they are just all together and just move throughout door to door. So if your situation is going to be like that, I would go ahead and wear the mask. And you're usually wearing a mask anyway on Halloween. But also maybe go to areas that aren't so crowded, or maybe an event that's like on the square in Gallatin, or at a church, an open event where it may be trunk or treating. But definitely wear a mask if you're going to be closer than 6 feet.
I think big parties without social distancing and without wearing masks is not a good idea right now. We've seen an uptick in our numbers across the county and in the state of Tennessee as a whole. So I would, if you get together with friends, I would suggest it be just small groups and mask up and socially distance as much as possible. I don't think trick-or-treating is bad if you go, a couple of kids go together and you can incorporate a mask into your costume. You're going to go to a door and get some candy, but you're not going to be at the door for 15 minutes or anything. So I don't see a problem with that. I think the large gatherings are the things that need to be avoided.
Fall is a beautiful season.
Especially when the leaves change colors.
That's why we're going to leave you with a video of our campus during the fall season.
See you next time.
Stay safe.
Thank you.